like what is in your opinion, like what is going on right now? Because let's be honest, they are not even hiding it anymore, what they are doing.
No, they aren't.
There's yeah.
Yeah, I believe what's going on is like I don't know what's really pissing me off is the people who were really enthusiastic about season one.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden they are surprised. They're saying, "How could this have happened with season two?" And and all of these things. I don't get it because especially when pro players or players who are skilled, when they act like that in this time, it seems to me like they are not being genuine with their reaction.
They are not
So
genuine, no.
no, they aren't, and then it's obvious to me that they have an agenda to follow. So yeah, this
You
is
know
what is
what makes
happening.
me think? Because they all use the same terminology, the tweets are always all at the same time and the subject is also the same. So when they start to call the boycott cringe, they all do it at the same time somehow in their
Yes.
own way. When they start to talk about that there's being racism and the or like attacks and stuff like that, then all of a sudden everyone posts something about it. Then Speedkicks posts about it, Fee posts about it, Spec posts about it, and the timing is just who do you
Chicken
think?
chakra.
Chicken Chakra, all of them, and they are all in that
Yes.
inner circle.
Yes.
And they want to tell us this is not legit, and but we were what?
Yes, and then when you listen to the arguments, like when we leave out the racism thing, they're cherry picking what they want to talk about. They're very selective about the problems they want to talk about, right?
Yeah.
And instead of focusing about the main points about the patch, what is wrong with Tekken, why are so many people upset about it, they have no arguments. They're just saying, "Yeah, I also dislike it," and yeah, but be more constructive. And they leave out the whole movement that we are doing since a whole year now.
Yeah.
Like they're very detailed information about what is wrong with Tekken 8 in general, with season 1 even. And now I also listened to the video where you were talking about all the people are saying my voice is too
No, I
loud.
adjusted you. I put your voice lower myself.
I think there's just a recent the man was
He
anyway.
said he's. I don't know who's speaking, but his volume is little. Is still okay. I put him lower. No problem. Okay, talk now. Is
Test
that
test.
okay? Chat. I think that's fine. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was listening to your conversation with Spag, right?
Yeah.
And what I didn't understand was his logic, his argumentation with I think he said something like, "Yeah, I know that the community was already giving constructive, criticism regarding season one, but now we have a different case, a new case with season two, so we shouldn't stop giving constructive criticism." And I couldn't follow that logic because it's leaving out completely the result for like what happened was we were giving constructive criticism objectively, whatever you might call it, and then the result was season two. And then he was just ignoring the fact that, okay, we've done all that shit, and the result, the outcome is season two. So why should we now just continue? We could continue, and we should continue maybe, but he's missing the complete problem here that the developers or whoever is leading there, they're not listening to us, to anyone. Like here and there you have like slight adjustments with what was it in season one, like heat burst not tracking as much and everything, right? But still it's nothing compared to the problems that we addressed back then.
I agree. I also want to ask you because I never had anyone to like say something about this, but I keep saying that they want to change the demographic for this Nintendo demographic and this like ABC demographic. Now we also got leaks that they want to release the game for Switch 2. And I'm saying also the only reason why
Really?
yeah, really, it's coming out for the Switch. And the only reason why they keep asking about what we want from the core community is to do the opposite.
Yeah.
Because it's too like, how high is the possibility for all our talking points to be like taken into account, and then in the implementation they do the polar opposite of it, like a mirror? How is that possible?
Yeah.
As if that's
I
a
also think.
coincidence, you know what I mean?
No, it's no coincidence. It's just the same as, you know, when we were talking about the people now acting surprised, but at the same time, you know, having the same, just like the media, you know, having the same vocabularies now, cringe and boycott and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's the same,
Like they
like
have
the
media
developers.
training, they use the exact
Yeah.
same terminology
Yes.
also.
Yeah, and the devs now, if they have a goal, which is doing that what you just described, you know, I don't know, then we can do whatever we want, and that's why I said to you when I joined this stream today, I think the last thing that I would do, so everybody can shut up, you know, just to make them shut up forever, is to do a very detailed video, a very specific video, showing not only the pro players but also the casual players and the new players, showing them systematically what was good about the legacy Tekken that we know and that we are striving for, and what is the difference to the Tekken that already started in Tekken 7 Season 3, Season 4, and let alone Tekken 8 Season 1 and so far, right? And this is why I said that, because when we do that video and show them exactly with scenarios, with comparisons, like we can just simulate these scenarios and show, look here, there's a force 50-50 because backdash got nerfed like heavily, right? Or whatever, keep out was too strong, that's why we could adjust that like this, but not doing it like in Tekken 8, and so far and so forth. And let alone talking about rushdown like 50-50 and like this rock paper scissors system, I think is the solution, and not only to save Tekken, but also a good solution to explain what went wrong using this system, in my opinion. And when we do that, then they can't say, "Oh yeah, you didn't do this and you didn't do that, and you could be more constructive and everything," because then we have one video which explains every single thing, right? And then when they still do the opposite, then we know what time it is. Then we know, okay, there's nothing we can do. They just decided to go for the Smash whatever Fortnite movement, and yeah, it's done.
So
in my opinion.
basically, they are saying that the dissonant movement, let's call it, the boycott movement, is not also being constructive about what shall change. They are just boycotting. Okay, when we do this, what you just said, we also shut them down, because now we will make a video, and if you allow me to, I would upload it as well on YouTube. I don't know who is gonna work on it. I would be willing to help with you and like sit down and we go through things and everything and like discuss. It would take like minimum, I would say, how long you think? Like minimum 1-2 weeks minimum.
Yes, because I already talked about this in season 1 already. Like release Tekken 8, I've talked about this with the top players from Germany. We have like a small group and we exchange our ideas there. And yeah, we just didn't do it because none of us is able to edit videos or make anything of it. Just we know the ideas, we know the theory and everything,
Yeah.
but just to implement it now, like maybe we're all boomers or whatever. But yeah, this is the missing thing here.
I have an editor. My editor is called Tommy, and he can help us with that. That's no problem. We just need to do the brain work.
Yeah, that's no problem. I already have some kind of vision there.
Okay. And like, for example, how can we even, I don't know, because when we will do this video, yeah, this is like their talking points, yeah, then
Yeah.
you don't be constructive. If we then be constructive, then they will just keep on going, yeah, but they are racist, or they are aggressive, or we are getting insulted, and they do not understand that they just need to take the L and just understand they have been exposed.
Mm.
You know, they
Yeah.
cannot
Yeah.
just keep like running this game of and pretending as, yeah, this is all not real and we are actually not shills and they are just unreasonable. And look, my last video, did you see how negative it was? Like this is just so annoying, bro. Like, for example,
Yeah.
PhiDX, you remember when we started the discourse about Tekken 8, and then PhiDX made a YouTube video about do you want, shall we watch it one more time?
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, this is worth it. Maybe I make a YouTube video against Phi also.
You know what I think about the things that you've just brought up? I think when we really have a video and, you know, they're already like saying racist and whatever, then make someone else upload the video or just spread it anonymously, whatever. But in the video, just to make them accountable, we just tag them in the video. Like we say, you know, the
I
community is split
mean,
up.
they will know
Why
that
not?
it's from us because we talked about it on stream with 300 viewers.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like the point is not, oh, they're accusing me for X and this is blah blah blah. We just want to have a game which is competitively
Yeah,
fun
anyone
and
can
fair.
upload it, in my opinion
Yes.
also. It doesn't even need to be
Yeah.
on my YouTube. You're right.
Yeah, but even then, you know, I get the point. For example, Hasbullah saying anonymous guy will get ignored too. But the thing is, it doesn't matter who uploads it if the video is very good and has a very good title, like addressing the issue that we have right now or that we have since Tekken 7 season 3 season 4. Then the video will be spread, I think, perfectly, no matter what.
Chat, do me a favor. Try to get all the tweets from Speedkicks and PhiDX from the time where they started to randomly bash Tekken 7 when we started to criticize Tekken 8. I remember Speedkicks posted some video about like Feng versus Dragunov, JDCR versus Ni, and then he said, please listen, watch this on mute or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Or then Akuma clips came up and completely strawmanning the argument, completely
all the
dismissing
time.
the whole thing, picking one thing that we also disagree with in Tekken 7 or whatever it might be, and then they saying, yeah, so shut up now because we also had problems back then. But they are always superficial and strawmanning. I don't get that. Like, is it because they get money? I don't understand these, you know.
Maybe they care
I don't know.
about having the, you know how specific people try to get the monopoly on everything to influence the discourse the way they like. I feel this one is also one of these. Like, they just do like to have the monopoly. They like to be the opinion givers in this community.
Yeah, could be.
But yeah, I don't know why, but it seems like that video is deleted. What the fuck?
Wasn't it the clip on Twitter though? A
Bro,
post on
this
Twitter.
was a 2-hour video. It's gone.
Oh, really?
Nah, it must be here. No way. Da! It is there. Okay. So look how he starts this, like, after the tweets, yeah? This is after the tweets.
Of speed kicks, you mean?
Yeah, after his and Speedkicks. So both
Okay.
of them. So you make a tweet, yeah, attacking Tekken 7 while everyone is attacking Tekken 8. And then you start your opening statement of the next video after this timeline with this sentence.
This video is not a defense of Tekken 8's systems, design, mechanics, or development.
Why would you need to open your video with that if you have not done it on Twitter and you are aware of it and you are aware that some people know?
Oh, wait, now I missed it because you were showing it on your Twitch stream, right?
I am pretty sure I am... okay, I stream it on Discord also, wait. Here. So, listen to his disclaimer at the beginning of the video.
This video is not a defense of Tekken 8's systems, design, mechanics, or development.
Again, please.
This video is not a defense of Tekken 8's systems, design, mechanics, or development.
Do you understand now?
Bro, this is like...
It's so obvious, right?
I swear it's like the Celestial Dragons, I swear. Bro.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Oh, man.
Now that we have that out of the way, I want to talk about the surge of unrest surrounding Tekken 8's design.
Okay, so this was around the surge of Tekken 8's design, and then that's why I will not let off from them, and they will stop to put themselves into the victim category. They can keep doing that, but I will not let them get away with it.
Alright.
Here's where it started. The people yearn for real Tekken.
This is the tweet that kind of kicked it all off. The people yearn for real Tekken. Now, if you haven't seen this clip, it's a really exciting tournament clip. But we're analyzing the gameplay. So I'm going to take it.
Watch this video on mute. Why do you think he says watch this video on mute?
Yeah, because I think there was a narrative, right, going on. Like Tekken 7 was just backdash all day, right?
Yeah.
And it was just sometimes some generic down 4 and down forward 1, and that's it, like boring gameplay.
Exactly.
And I think
not hype.
that's why he's not hype. Watch this video on mute, and then he will see that we are right with our description.
Exactly, but when you watch the video not on mute, you hear everyone scream.
Yes.
Advice from one of the best coaches in the scene, SpeedKicks, to watch this clip on mute. Now, I've actually pulled it up on YouTube because it's easier to replay, rewind, things like that. So let's check out this clip on mute. No commentary, no nothing. It's in slow-mo. I apologize.
Oh, he wanted to make it even better.
Here, let's do it here.
Slow-mo.
Yeah.
All right, Dragunov, JDCR versus Knee's Fang. After the throw, Knee tries to kill with a down 4. They're disengaging, backing up. Knee is going to play the clock.
Just
right?
pause
He
it,
has the
please.
health advantage.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just the detail here, right? Like at the very beginning, he's getting grabbed, and then he rolls forward to avoid the low.
Yeah.
Because rolling forward is some strategy here.
Yeah.
It's like very detailed, very deep already.
Yeah, and that's
gone
just
from the start.
And that's
I know.
If he gets low parried, Dragunov can kill with a low parry combo into a rage art. However, Knee messes up a backwards hop kick and loses on time going to final round, messing up his attempt to time out JDCR. Now, this is Season 1 Tekken 7, so very early in the release. There were, I believe, 1 or 2 years of arcade-only gameplay, and then now we're on the console release and the Tekken World Tour.
So now I want to say another thing which I find interesting. There was a lot of videos being posted, and a lot of them went viral. It was not only Dragunov versus Fang, but they sniped this one out because their stance on disengagement is enforced by the character Feng Wei. So when they talk about like Tekken 7, they show Feng versus Drag, and then watch what they do when they want to show the game that they like. They show Tekken Tag Tournament 2 and they say, look here, Heihachi and Devil Jin. And then they show in Tekken 6 Armor King against Brian.
Bro. Like just watching it.
Needing jabs, backdashing, down forward 3 on block.
Is already amazing for me.
This is really important to, I think, start with this clip.
Yeah.
Because on the surface, it looks like
They are
great
still
Tekken.
pretending.
You don't see a bunch of heat engaging. You don't see a bunch of 50-50s. You see a lot of moving around. You see a few pokes here and there. And you're going to see a really cool play from JDCR come up. Throw is broken from Knee. We're down to 25 seconds from the 60-second round. The time is running out for JDCR to make a play. Just as Knee is winning the poke war constantly. But a beautiful whiff punish. QCF1 from
I find it also funny that he said looks like Great Tekken, insinuating that it's actually not Great Tekken, it just looks like it.
Yeah, and now
JDCR converting to a
saying what a good whiff punish. I don't get his goal here. What's his intention now? I don't understand this
combo. No heat burst, right? He just uses his rage drive, expending his rage, plays a few wake up situations. Knee wants to win off the timer. Back Kenpo to dodge. And he survives and times out JDCR in the final round. Tons of Tekken till the very end. So it appears.
So it appears.
So it appears.
Obviously, you're watching this video, so there's other gameplay to see.
You know what?
So he said, "Watch this on mute," as if to
the end, the rage drive of Fang.
Huh?
You know, and then the 50-50 afterwards. That wasn't Tekken. That's Tekken 8, though.
Yeah,
like
but
90% now.
But now check this out. At least he doesn't keep his rage anymore after doing that, you know. But in Tekken 8, you have heat smash, install, heat burst, fucking rage art, everything at your disposal.
I regain my heat when I hit you with my nunchucks now.
I regain heat when I do Hell Sweep Heaven's Gate.
No, really?
Yeah, and then I can finish you with FF2.
Oh my god.
Even if I have only a pixel, also.
It appears, bro, it appears. Let's see, what is he saying now?
Show that that's not really real Tekken. For those confused, here's a round of the two same players, Knee and JDCR, spending more time in active threat range, making actual decisions against each other on an infinite stage. The idea.
Okay, so now we go that show this is engagement and just disregard that it was Dragunov versus Feng, showing Heihachi versus Devil Jin Mishima Mirror.
So
infinite stage, there's no wall pressure, so theoretically
active threat range means also like Mishima's,
you were incentivized
they're able to wave dash and they will wave dash
exactly.
to close the range, right?
And then he will now go say like go in and out, you know.
Sidesteps on the keep out, ducks on the keep out attempts, etc. All right, so here, beginning of the clip. This is Heihachi on the left, JDCR. Tekken Tag 2 had obviously 2 characters per side. Neon Devil Jin on the right. Right, so they are still doing some backdashing, they're doing some sidesteppings, but you're gonna see them You're gonna see them running into close range and engaging. They're engaging in mind games based on when they close the space and when an attack might come out. JDCR tries an electric, Marduk goes underneath with the down back 4. JDCR finishes the string, Knee gets a small block punish, down back 4 again. JDCR tags out to get the full life bar again. In this game, when one character dies, you lose the round. You don't get to use both characters' life bars.
And they are upset that they are getting called out on their disingenuousness.
So you get the tag out successfully.
Yeah, of course.
Look at the engagement, but there's a counter hit launch from Knee. He's going to get a huge damaging combo here. But because of the tag feature, JDCR can still play the game more. Unfortunately, he's going to tag out at a really bad time, and you cannot block right as you tag in. Nice block punish from JDCR. It's not over. He tries to engage again, gets a nice down back 2, and then gets kept out by Knee. That was a 60-second... That was a 1-minute round. But did you see how much engagement there was in this whole clip? Right.
With 2 characters.
Yeah, but like, if he wants to make this point, if he wasn't disingenuous, then he would show Devil Jin versus Heihachi in Tekken 7 and then show me that that's disengaging in comparison to that.
Brother, if they would be genuine, right?
Yeah.
Even this comparison now, because the intention here is to show that Tekken 7 was very little interaction, right? Because we were just backdashing. This is what they're claiming.
Yeah.
Although you're already seeing, even in the Tekken 7 clip, that that's not the case. They're going in and out, poke in and out, because they also sidestep, single backdash with punish, and this is nothing that is different to what they're showing here. But as you said, we have 2 characters who are able to, and they will close the range, much more probable than Dragunov or Fang, because they have a wave dash. You need to wave dash. You have to wave dash with Mishimas. Otherwise, you shouldn't play Mishimas, right?
Yeah.
And No, but if they really want to be genuine, then why are they defending Tekken 8 Season 1? What does Tekken 8 Season 1 have to do either with the Tekken 7 clip or the clip that he is showing now here in Tekken Tag 2? Like, it's a complete opposite.
I agree.
If their
There's an
claim
80-second
is
clock in Tekken.
close range interaction, then you shouldn't have the close range interaction like brain dead 50-50s, one button and let's go.
Now, it's a
Look
tag
here.
game, so it's understandably a bit different. So, PhiDX acknowledges this, says even being
So now we're gonna go to Tekken 6, even on, and look how volatile they're speaking about Tekken 7. Tekken 7 is the game that made 12 million sold copies, the most of all time, saving Tekken from Tekken Tag Tournaments 2's demise, actually. And now he's saying, even being as charitable as I possibly can to Tekken 7, here's the same two players on an infinite stage, both using defensive characters in a single health bar. So he wants to now compare Armor King and Brian to Fang and Drag matchup. It's astonishing.
being as charitable as I can to Tekken 7, here's same two players, Knee and JDCR, on an infinite stage, both using defensive characters in a single health bar game. And he wants you to pay attention to the mind games around dash in, sidestep, keep out, realign. Now, if we're moving too fast, I'm going to break these down in slow motion so you can really, really understand how these clips are flowing. And like, there's a lot of really cool tech in here. Here's the clip on YouTube, just so it's in higher quality. It's very, very old Tekken 6 footage. Let's check it out. Round 4. They're playing this is an infinite stage. No walls. Armor King versus Brian. And you'll notice right away again when they...
While most of the game are varied Asan Ash, Zafina Kuni proves you can just backdash forever and whiff punish. Yeah, and this is why PhiDX could win against Asan Ash, is because he picked Noctis and just backdash all the time. So they are just showing it from their perspective because they picked the DLC characters. But back then already we explained that this is horse shit, this is bad, and this should not be in Tekken 8. But we didn't say that we should now not be able to move anymore at all. It was just character-specific issues, and they fucked the whole system for DLC characters, where we know that they designed them in such a way that you get quick rewarded in order to sell more. It's just annoying.
But when we criticize Tekken 8 in Season 1 already, then they're completely distorting the narrative completely. Like, they're misrepresenting our position. And when we say we, I mean the people who are willing to have a legacy Tekken back. Like this, what he's showing, we like the gameplay of Tekken Tag 2 and Tekken 6 and the neutral. I mean, we can always, like, I'm even feeling now when I'm talking about the systems now, they will accuse me of, but character X was shit, you know?
Yeah.
They will completely dismiss my whole argument and strawman even a wrong thing. Like, they will jump on an argument that wasn't even topic. Now, when I talk about system, they go to character X. What's this shit?
Yeah.
You know, like, when I say, backdash was much better back then, they will say, but what about Akuma?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
What we are criticizing is the vision and the direction. And also, when the people pick up like 2D characters, this is so funny to me when the main man Sui says, "Oh, yeah, but did you already forget about Akuma?" Dismissing the whole fact that Akuma was the inception of Tekken 8 and Tekken 7. What this guy doesn't like about Tekken 7, unironically, is Tekken 8. Meter into 50-50, into I spent my meter into a dash, into another 50-50 attempt, making something punishable, safe on block, and plus is a heat dash. Enhancing my combo with a meter move is also heat burst. Like, you have so many properties, or properties of moves changing because you use meter is a heat move. Like, how can he pretend as if that is so bad about Tekken 7 but Tekken 8 is then fine? Bro, they turned everyone into that.
Bro, just look at we were watching now Tekken 7 clip, Tekken Tag 2, and now Tekken 6 even, right?
Yeah.
And how good Tekken Tag 2 and Tekken 6 was compared to Tekken 7. Although the distinctions, like the differences aren't like as big. But we know from Tekken 7, this is my opinion, and I think some might agree, Tekken 7 was the first Tekken game where movement was heavily nerfed, heavily, and where the forced 50-50s started to have a greater impact. And it was still tolerable for us because you still could, compensate. I'm talking about
Exactly.
Tekken 5,
You're right.
Tekken 6, Tekken Tag 2. I don't know about Tekken 4 and Tekken 3, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just to make response to the chat. But yeah, this is the first Tekken 7 was the first Tekken where movement got heavily nerfed. The consequence is forced 50-50s. And the consequence was still that us players from Europe and US could all of a sudden compete now with Koreans and Japanese players that we knew from the Elder Tekkens, that these guys are very, very good. And why were they good? Because they mastered the gameplay of movement, of timing, of adaptations, right? And Tekken 7 was the first Tekken where we had already so many upsets, and we don't want to talk about Tekken 8 now, because the movement started already with Tekken 7. Like the force mix-ups, the characters who had a move which fits in every single situation. Leroy having unsealable hell sweeps. Lydia. Then we have Noctis and Claudio. Back 1 Claudio, 4 1 plus 2 Noctis. All these things like move which fits into every single situation with heavy great reward, no risk at all, right? And this started with certain characters of Tekken 7. The system was still Tekken. And now they changed every single character, made it almost like that, like the characters that I've mentioned. But they also changed the system. And when we criticize this, they misrepresent us. And this is, for me, either they have, like, I'm sorry to say, some individuals have maybe low IQ, but I don't believe that. I think they're very intelligent.
I don't believe
Yes,
that either.
I
That's
think
why
they're
it
very
makes me
intelligent.
angry. It makes me angry
Yes.
because when they don't know what they are doing, I can cope and say they are just stupid. But when they know what they do and they still do it, then they are just bad.
Yeah, and now they were showing us Tekken Tag 2. Oh, what a great game! What great neutral gameplay. Tekken 6, what great neutral gameplay. Tekken 7 was boring, and then they advocate for Season 1 Tekken 8. Bro, make it make sense. What does Tekken 8 neutral gameplay has to do with anything of these clips that they are showing here and even praising here? And that they were the ones, praising Season 1. Oh, what a great game, much better than Tekken 7, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't make sense at all. It's completely contradictory, right?
Yeah, like this, that they are shills and that they have an agenda and that they are dishonest is just a fact. They cannot just cry it away, they cannot victimize it away. It's just the status quo. These guys have been exposed. It is the truth. They need to deal with it. But it's funny to me because I am looking from the outside and their tweets and seeing how they keep exposing themselves continuously without realizing it.
Yes, and the problems that we already had, like even us had a problem with certain things in Tekken 7, with this forced 50-50s and backdashing and one move fits all categories, right? And they just made it 10 times worse. 20 times worse in Tekken 8. So they should hate Tekken 8 even more than the things they are criticizing about Tekken 7. But they are acting like, oh no, look at the gameplay now, Tekken 8, so many interactions, wow, great. And last thing that I wanted to say is, when I also, when Season 2 was released, I was just watching, okay, what happened here? Oh, now even them, they don't like it, right? And then I made a post, I tagged all these, Season 1 twerkers, and then I said,
Give me the
guys,
link, send the link into the chat, let's watch it.
Where was it? Yeah, let me see. Oh yeah, here I got it.
Did you see the message of Shadow 20Z?
Which one?
The game is the same, to be honest, just more situations that force defense. Gotta be aware of your options and also be prepared to guess more.
Brother, I really like Shadow.
I hate him.
I
I hate him, sorry.
when he was in Germany, he was a really chill guy. I like him, personally, and even in Amsterdam, we talked a lot and played Street Fighter instead of Tekken 7, But still, I don't get his takes at all, and that's why I even tagged him, even though he wasn't really, doing the stuff. Here's the link I've posted in the chat.
Okay.
And I just wanted to say one thing.
Yeah.
When I've tagged them, I obviously was trying to, provoke them a little bit, but
Yeah.
I was just basically saying, yeah, all of you season 1 twerkers, you don't like season 2, but it's your fault that we have the season 2 now.
Yeah.
And instead of, not reacting at all, could have been an option, reasonable option, like who am I, to respond to, right? I've tagged SpeedKicks, PhiDX, and whoever, right?
Yeah.
And look at the response of SpeedKicks, and of course his range of followers, because he's like a prophet, whatever, to them.
Yeah.
Universe blessed you with an empty mind, brother. Use the gift to find peace and not rage.
It's an empty message. It has nothing. Where is the argument in this message?
Nothing. That's the thing. It's again a runaway tactic. Yes.
Nothing else.
Also, like when we could already make a list of their tactics when we argue about certain things. We don't want to bash people. I don't want to insult anyone. I just want to have a nice Tekken. I'm not playing the game at all, and people are implying that I'm just salty and 24/7 on this topic, and I have no other life than Tekken and everything. Yeah, but even if that would be the case, what does that response have to do with the topic that we're talking about? And the distraction tactics, these runaway tactics, the straw manning, the misrepresentation of our position, all these things are so weird to me, because these are not low IQ people. These are, I think, quite intelligent people.
He is Israeling you. You know why? Yeah. It's obvious, bro, because this is a confession. It's not an accusation. But no need to let the emotion twist you into spreading hate towards people who do like the game. Like, there is no
I became the anti-Semite now.
And emotion and whatnot. Like, he is doing that just because in an argument, in a conversation where you make an argument, you brought up arguments, and he doesn't bring up arguments, but he just tries to make you look weak so that your position is in such a light that there is no need to even answer to your arguments. And because he can quote-unquote ratio you, since he gets more likes than you, which is obvious why, then he will seem to be right, which is not the case. And he keeps doing that on and on and on, but pretends as if the other side is unreasonable.
Yes. Yeah, and this is why I don't get it. I want to know, like, deep down, what is their position and their motives and their intention, because they are not low IQ people. So what other options are there? Either it's what you're saying, they want to keep their right of, having the narrative force of certain community, right? That could be one thing.
Yeah.
Or they could get, I don't know, monetized. I don't even believe that, to be honest. I think it's really down to people trying to have their, their ego pushed. Nothing else, in my opinion.
I think I'm not interested in this. I think there's another layer to it. Because of...
Which one?
Okay, like, in order to put it into perspective why I came to this conclusion, I need to talk about CBM also. CBM himself said, hey, the Japanese players are afraid to talk because they are close to Bandai, and when you express your dissatisfaction about something, they will distance themselves from you and you will lose opportunities. Then this is like for Japan now. All right. And then I look at Michael Murray. He says to people that they should constructive critique, but if they do, then they get blocked. Murray is one of the leading people in Tekken. Spag said something that they didn't like, he couldn't commentate anymore. Therefore, if they are smart people, yes, so they use their intelligence to pinpoint, okay, if we want to have success within this like inner circle, we need to adjust our speech in such a way that we don't offend the devs and run cover for them, but we can't admit it because the people will call us out on that. Therefore, they keep doing this. And why is it always the same people that doing that? They are in the inner circle. So they wouldn't be there in the first place if they wouldn't behave like this. And that's the crux of the situation.
Yeah. I think I agree. And it's, weird to see. Like, I never thought about these things when it came down to playing or a game, right? I only saw these how should I say it? These systems, these all the whole nature of our conversation. We are seeing them in politics or in media or in whatever, right? But not in gaming, I thought. But yeah, I think I was wrong, and that's why I think, in my opinion, it would be the very last hope to, if we are wrong with our observation right now, so far, right?
Yeah.
Then if it's really true that the developers are trying to listen to us, and let's give in even the critique of these season 1 twerkers, yeah, we should be more constructive and could keep continuing to be more constructive. I think a very detailed video could be the very last option, and they are not able then to say things. They can say, we agree or disagree, and then they should explain why they disagree. If they don't explain, then it's again a deflection tactic, whatever, right? But then it's obvious, because I think, in my vision that I have for that video, I believe that we will have many, many, many people who will say, damn right, this is what we want. Right?
Yeah.
And even them showing here the PhiDX thing that you showed with the clips, this is also what they praise, but this is not what we have right now, and this is also not was not the case for season 1.
It wasn't.
I don't understand how people can say, "Oh, they destroyed the game now in season 1." Bro, the game was shit to begin with.
Yeah.
Since release, it was a
Absolutely.
disaster, completely.
The only reason why we kept playing season 1 was so that we can pinpoint what's wrong with the game so they can fix it, because we have so much love for this game that we would play it even though we hate every single second of it. Bro, I hate it every single day I streamed this game. People said, why do you stream it if you hate it then? Not taking into consideration that I need to tell these idiots what they need to do to save it. I am one of the important people for it.
Yes, and I get that thing, because if you are not able to explain what you dislike in detail, then you might come across as a hypocrite, right?
Exactly.
Oh, he's just disingenuous. He's just saying without explaining.
Yeah.
And that's why we do this shit here. That's why we're talking about the game.
Yeah.
We want to. And this was always the case since since release. We are trying to explain in detail what is wrong with the game.
Yeah.
And they are trying to accuse us as if we haven't done this, and this is wrong, and this is completely unfair, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But this is why I'm not interested in who is here in the community, who is range, and I don't give a fuck about that, to be honest. What I care about is, okay, is there still a possibility to save the game? Because I really like the game. I would like to have to play it in future as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's why I think, in the end, if we do this video and we give it the title, like, I don't know, the title is very important then as well, because it will address the whole problem that we have.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we should what name we could give it. Maybe like this is for the devs.
I come
Or-
up with something smart. I'm good with this.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if we do that, that's the last hope. And if we still see how they're trying to, we listen to your feedback and this is the result, and then we see like fucking 50-50 chip damage plus 18 into whatever, then obviously then we were talking the whole time and all this year we were talking for nothing.
You know what is the weird situation? Even if they make the game better, then afterwards they will say, see the doomers, we were saying they were listening. You know, it's so annoying, bro.
Yeah, okay, give it to them. I don't
You
care.
can
bro.
have it, bro. Yeah, they were
Yeah,
listening.
of course.
You have
Of course,
it.
we're
Yeah.
like they're depicting us as people like we want to bash and have a fucking debate with them and discuss and personally attack them and racist and whatever. No, this is not the case. I don't give a shit about anyone. I just would like to have a game which is fun. And I think you know what I think if we do that video? I think the problem here is because I remember now what also Spag was saying to you. He was saying, yeah, we just have different opinion. Who should you listen to? Some people like Magic 4, some don't like it in Second 7 and everything, right? I think the whole premise of our video and argument should be why Tekken 8 is not competitive. Because this is the requirement, right? This is what they are saying. We have now a new Tekken game. We have esports. We have prize money. People should pay for this and that, right? And this is a whole competitive ass game. This is what they are claiming.
Yeah.
But the problem is, it's not. And we are able to explain objectively why this game in this current state is not a competitive game. If there wasn't this requirement that Tekken should be a competitive game,
Yeah.
but rather a party game, a casual game, a fun game, a troll game, whatever, then of course we wouldn't talk like this. We would say, okay, khalas, this is what they have done now, GG's. And then we should stick to the one of the competitive versions.
I also have
Right.
something about this. Like you said, Spag said, how can they decide what is right now, Magic 4, not Magic 4? In anything in life, outside of Tekken also, in an open discourse, if something is like an objective truth, then it has the best arguments. And
Yes.
if someone disagrees with it, he would need to bring up counter arguments. So there will
Correct.
be a statement, there will be arguments behind it. The other side can make a counter statement and a counter argument, and therefore they can pick and choose which just is more reasonable. But for so far, from what I have seen in the discourse, the people that defended the direction and the decisions in the gameplay of Tekken 8 had no arguments.
No, they
They
haven't.
really had no arguments.
None. And we can talk about the details. For example, because I've seen chat was catching up the argument with, or the topic with Magic 4, right? When we would do a video like that, obviously we need some system, and I think Keyboard Rushdown with Punish, Rock Paper Scissors, and everything needs to be explained, and then we can go into detail. Like, okay, what was the problem in Tekken 7 with Magic 4? How could we change that? And what makes objectively sense how to change it, right? Because in my opinion, if we are jumping now into the topic, from all of these three skill areas, Rushdown is the easiest. Because what you have to do is to apply a 50-50. But it's still, this is very important, it still required skill to get access to this.
To create the situation. In
create
Tekken
the
8,
situation.
when the guy says fight, you are in the mix.
Yes, because also all the tools and heat dash and probably +8 and block whatever, these things were not the case. But the access to the 50-50 was the skill that high level players they acquired that skill. They knew when to get in, how to get in, when to bait the get in to create whiff punish. So it was a balance between keep out, rushdown, and whiff punish, right? But still, even then, from all of these 3 skill areas, rushdown was still the easiest and is still the easiest because it doesn't require for you the other things that keep out and whiff punish require, like for example timing, anticipation, positioning, right? Reaction even sometimes. So when we are able to explain this in detail and simple and more structured way, because this is now freestyle, of course, I believe that people will be able to understand, okay, we have these 3 skill areas, because these skill areas are not only Tekken, they are in almost every FGC.
Yeah.
And then when we are able to tell, look, rushdown is the easiest one, then comes keep out, and then comes whiff punish, and then we explain the development of all the series. What happened was that they nerfed whiff punish, they nerfed keep out, and they buffed the shit out of rushdown. So they made the easiest skill from those 3 areas. They made it the most powerful one.
Yeah, it is.
And this is how Tekken 8 was released.
You're right. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's keep watching what he has to say. So
Run
far,
up close,
very
there's a lot
fun.
of engagement. It almost feels
Because
like
we
Tekken
need
8.
to
But
understand
instead of
how
just straight
these
to
guys gaslighting works in order to make like the video against them, I'll be honest. Because somehow it addresses them as well. Because they kind of spread false narratives.
Right? They backdash again, disengage, and now it's time to fight again. Backdash again, then they're running in to fight. It's very, very different from Tekken 7. Again, we're going to break it down in slow motion so you can really see. Knee switching to just movement and sidesteps, trying to bait out Armor King's keep out. Down back 3. Big whiff, not a giant whiff punish. But Knee finds a counter hit magic 4, drops the combo. Sidestep jet upper offensively with the defensive character, and he kills. Look at this play one more time. I went way too far back. I forgot that this is a giant clip. I went way too far back. Look at this one more time. That was incredible play. So 2 defensive characters, infinite stage, but there's still playmaking, right? So what Knee does here is he runs up and jabs, and JDCR tries to contest now. And that is what gives him the sidestep jet upper. He reads JDCR attempting the down forward 1. The sidestep is powerful enough to enable him to do this. And it's not just that it enabled him to make that play, it enabled him to make all the mind games that led to that play. So, let's break down why all these old Tekkens are so cool, and why Tekken 7 kind of wasn't. And again, giant Tekken 7 fanboy. I love that game.
Bro,
there's a lot of cool Tekken here. So what I've done...
I can't stand it, bro. How can you say this is why the old Tekken version was cool, and Tekken 7 kind of wasn't, but I'm fucking dick riding Tekken 8 for this reason. Bro, make it make sense. I swear I can't stand it. I don't get it, bro.
Bro, he's
How?
such a liar, man.
How can they be like, I don't know, how can they look in the mirror? I swear I don't get it, man.
I don't know. They can go on Twitter and write here, look, this guy has said something bad towards me. Can you please help? Oh my god. I am so sorry that you're going through this. Sending a lot of positivity to you.
Yeah.
Well, what I want to do first is talk about the notes that you see down here. I haven't mentioned it till now. Fighting games in general are... You play mix-ups, like mids and lows in Tekken. In Street Fighter, it's like overheads and lows. And then strike or throw in other games, right? But once you're in range, there's mix-ups on defense. You can't perfectly block everything unless you're like a computer. To avoid the mix-up, like if you look at my hands here, to avoid the mix-up at this range, usually when you're playing neutral and like moving back and forth, there's keep-out attempts. So if your opponent's running in to start a mix-up, you can keep them out. Right? That kind of dodges the whole mix-up situation. In Tekken, instead of mid or low, you can run up to me and I'll just hit you. If I try to hit you, this is me, and you predict it, you can whiff punish, right? That is the neutral triangle. Mix-up,
Yes.
keep out to prevent the mix-up,
Yes.
but if you read the keep out, you can get whiff punished. Now,
Good.
Tekken
Good.
adds an extra layer. If that was confusing, by the way, there are links I'll include below to
Not
good explanations of
confusing.
that. And we'll cover it more later in the video. Tekken adds a layer of complexity where you're not just playing this back and forth to get in range. Once you're in range, you're still playing options. Mainly, sidestep can mitigate keep out. We saw it here in the clip with JDCR and Knee. JDCR tried to down forward one, and Knee played sidestep jet upper while still in threat range. He gave up his turn because he whiffed a jab and still played a sidestep.
Do you want to listen to this whole segment, action analysis of Tekken 6, or do you want to go to the Tekken 7 comparison?
Maybe I think Tekken 7 comparison would be the same. What I wanted to say, bro, he's explaining exactly the thing that we were talking about, right? Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. But
how
is he gonna make
does
that
he
case
make
for T7?
Yes, how does he make the bridge to Tekken 8? He's saying now we have an extra layer. And then what? What is that extra layer? He's saying, yeah, so when you get in once, you're still in. You're not getting out. And then what? And then it's 50-50 time, and this is an extra layer? No, it's killing the whole system. It's like we're playing rock, paper, scissors, but we're saying, yeah, but rock is still 3 times more powerful than scissors and paper. This is Tekken 8. I swear I don't get it. So yeah, you can jump to whatever, I think it's either way.
Once we get past this intro part. So this round is more or less decided. And again, I mentioned the reason why you don't just see Knee go for the kill here is because one low parry into combo, into Rage Art, Dragunov's Rage Art would kill him. So rather than play the variance game of trying to survive the low parry and the counter hits and the whiff punishes, Knee is just going to try to play time and keep out with his jabs and his defense. Right? He puts in a back four because it's a safe tracking mid. Unfortunately, he eats the first running two, loses HP, eats another running two, trying to hop kick and dies, right? Or runs out of time. Now, let's analyze this part. So again, I haven't notated everything, but hopefully it'll be clear the difference in the amount of actions and the complexity of the decision making. All right, so the round opens, final round, fight. Ready, fight. Okay. Both players do 3 backdashes, exiting any threat range. There's a bit of a delay before Knee does his. There was a lot of input delay in Season 1, Tekken 7. Now, JDCR does a jab from range 8, and Fang does run up. JDCR backdashes as Fang jabs. JDCR does backdash, sidestep left. Fang runs up down forward 1, then sidestep left, backdash. So disengaging again. He tries a forward 4 to clip JDCR coming in, doesn't happen. Tries the back turn jab, doesn't happen. JDCR runs in and attempts a slide and eats a 1-2. Okay. After this down forward 1 is blocked, they small sidestep and then they disengage again. Right? Tons of disengaging. Full screen disengage one more time. Let's keep the clip going. Again, you won't see the notations anymore. That's just the level of detail I'm looking at. Run up down forward 1. It hits, so he plays his frame advantage with the grab. JDCR tries to throw break after ducking, and he's going to eat a punish because it becomes a power crush if you just input 1+2 as Dragunov. Backdash, backdash. 1 jab. Plays the advantage with a down forward 3. He loses his turn, so now he's going to back off. Disengage. 1 jab from distance. While standing 4. Nothing. Disengage.
Bro,
so you'll notice
just a second.
It's no longer...
What is his point right now? Is he saying that
they are backing off instead of lateral movement, I think.
But this is not even a genuine observation, because when he's saying that JDCR is disengaging whenever, I don't know, Knee does a poke on block, it's just him being more cautious or trying to gather more information or whatever, what was in his mind. Maybe he wasn't confident going in or whatever. And even this is what he is showing right now. We have this in Tekken Tag 2, we have this in Tekken 6, and we even have this, even if there are differences with the same player, with the same character, you could also argue, yeah, he changed his style. I was also more aggressive in the beginning of Tekken 7. I changed my style. I was more defensive. And I was maybe more defensive in Tekken 6 and whatever. So what's the point here? Like, instead of saying maybe, okay, he couldn't step because many things tracked in Tekken 7, I would understand that, right? You should, decrease the tracking of certain moves, or you should increase the sidestep evasion in
but
general.
that goes
And
against Tekken 8 then, because Tekken 8 has increased it instead of decreasing it.
Yes, and that's the thing here, because if we want to be genuine, and the things that he liked and showed what he liked in Tekken Tag 2 and Tekken 6 that we also agree on, this is the solution. And this is where Tekken 7 also went down a little bit. But still, Tekken 7, you could compensate it still, you know, somehow. Even there, at the highest level, you saw it. The upsets, the way how the pro players lost, not just, oh yeah, he lost and he got low and he had a bad day and the adaptation wasn't there and blah, blah, no. The way pro players are losing compared to the way pro players lost in the previous Tekkens, just compare that. If you're able to show me how they lost is the same as in Tekken 8 now, then I will shake your hand and I will shut up.
Yeah.
But it's obvious how they're losing in
Yeah.
Tekken 8. It's very obvious
They
how
just get
people are
casinoed.
losing.
Yeah.
Of course, chip damage, bro. You're blocking. You guessed everything right from low to mid, but it's chip damage, and then they call it active defense. You have to mesh, bro. Active defense is the biggest bullshit terminology invented.
Speed kicks did that on purpose.
Was it speed kicks?
Yeah,
even?
it was speed kicks with active defense,
Yeah.
bro. Active defense
What a
is just
surprise.
a new word for mashing, and when Shadow 20Z starts to say you're forced to defend, then he means that you are in the 50-50 hard mix. Like, they
Yeah.
just rephrase or rebrand it so that you think it sounds better. And this alone in itself, when you really deep it, is weird. Like, I am not
Yeah.
talking to a Bandai Namco cop. I want to talk to Speed Kicks. And I don't want to talk to him anymore because of that.
Yeah, I know. And the thing is, when people, like in Street Fighter, I think it's called abare or something in Japanese.
Yeah, abare.
Yeah, when you know when to mesh your EX launch on block move, right?
Yeah.
And this is a skill where you can say, yeah, you've guessed now, or you anticipate, or you can even react to something, and do it instantly. But Tekken 8 is constantly pressure after pressure, chip damage into heat moves, into heat dash, into wall, into low or mid.
I tell
It's
you how they
constantly the
actually
case.
removed Abare in Tekken 8 in a specific way also. In Tekken 7, the plus frame advantage would be like not on everything like plus 9 and stuff. You had like plus 3, plus 5, etc. And then you take your frames either frame tight or you apply a mix. And when you apply a mix and the opponent can't guess it well, then he is more inclined to mash. But he will win because your mix startup frames normally are around I-20. And you don't have the frames to do that if he does down 4-2 in between or jab 1-1 or something like that. This, like, on what am I supposed to do on -17 in Tekken 8, -9 in Tekken 8? Like, they can shove this movement in the foreground on every side up their ass if I can't step because, first of all, I don't have the frames. Second of all, the
Yes.
moves themselves, they are so big on the hitboxes that everything becomes obsolete but to just either stand guard or duck guard.
Yeah. And if you don't have the options to compensate the movement, their idea that they brought in Tekken 8, if you are the better player in those skill areas, because when we say a better player, people already accuse me of and jump and say, yeah, what does it mean better? It's just subjective, and better means you win the game or you lose the game, and it's not more into it. But we can still say we have objectively factual-based skill areas where people can show their skill and how good they are, right? And when we say now, we talk about, obviously, Ni is a better player than a casual, right?
Wait, I need to
But
stop
now-
real quick. Sorry. Zilkius Durak is saying, to be fair, Speedkicks used that term in Season 1. He is saying the opposite. Season 2 is complete shit. It's because he can't defend Season 2 anymore too much without getting exposed, and Season 1 was already horse shit, and he invented that word there to gaslight us. Okay, keep going, sorry.
Yeah. It's like the media with certain... No, anyway.
Yeah.
So, where was I? I forgot even.
Sorry, that was important. I can't let that stand in the chat.
No, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Anyways, fuck it. I mean, like, the general problem here is, in my opinion, people are disingenuous, and when we say there are better players losing to weaker players, they are attacking us. I think that's what I wanted to say. They're attacking us and saying, yeah, what? It's a new game which requires a new skill. And I swear this is very important, guys. Listen now carefully. If you ask the players who are claiming it's a new game, you need a different skill now than in the other Tekkens, then please ask them, what is this new skill? What is it called? Because yet I didn't hear a single thing of players who said this, included Speedkicks and even Safety Black and others who are claiming, yeah, you need now another skill. What is that other skill? Please tell me, because we are able to tell the skill areas of the other Tekkens. We can call out Whiff Punish, we can call out Block Punish, we can call out Execution and Movement, we can call out, keep out timing, we can call out everything, dash block and everything. What is the new skill that we need, that we've missed? And I even posted about that in Season 1. Like, I've read it from Speakix and I said, what is this new skill? Sorry, please enlighten us with your wisdom. I think this is even my words.
There's someone running cover for Speedkicks, etc. in the chat. He's saying, you guys are reading too deep into this. How can someone be disingenuous by having a change of mind after a major patch?
I can answer directly.
Okay.
We've covered this in the beginning as well. You can change your mind, no problem. But this is a very skilled player changing his mind all of a sudden, and this is a difference in context. This makes the difference, because if a skilled player already knows what's up in Tekken 8 Season 1, he can't act surprised with Season 2. Oh, what happened now? Because we already are seeing the patterns of Season 1. We already know it's only aggression. We already know it's chip damage. We already know it's 50-50. We already know heat and everything. And many upsets. And then when they keep these same patterns of Season 1 and just continue them in Season 2 and just invent more moves going even more ham than that, you can't act surprised if you're a skilled player who knows his shit.
And you know, it's
that's why
also
we
interesting
say
to
it.
point out that this comment completely disregards the fact that they have been attacking the people that had this opinion, and now they have this opinion and pretend as if the people that had that opinion were just dumb. Like, there was no apology, no nothing. The gaslighting was for 1 year continuously, and they like shilled till the very last moment possible. The main man Sui was still shilling while the patch was out, until he got called out so hard for it by everyone that he had to stop.
Yes. And that's obvious, and that's why we're saying it's disingenuous. And then they, the gaslighting, the misrepresentation of our position and everything, it's just so many strategies that they used. The strawmanning of points and everything, deflecting, dismissing the whole topic by picking an example that we already also disagreed with. They act like we like Tekken 7 because Akuma was how Akuma was. And then they say, yeah, but Tekken 7 was shit, look at Akuma.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tekken 7 was shit because look at Kuni. Yeah, because we were dick riding Akuma and Kuni, right? Bro, this is bullshit. And this is the thing here. Why are we saying they're disingenuous for those who are into this shit?
We can also
yeah, I
watch
don't
that
even care.
little clip I did against the main man real quick, so I can show them this ambivalent vibe. Like they say A and then change all of a sudden 90 degrees, but these ad hominem vibes, you know, it's not like they just have an opinion and then call it a day. They go one step further, they attack the other people that are not shilling. That's my biggest problem. And then they say they have a hive mind, they are idiots, they have low IQ, they are doomers. And this is the moment where the people are getting upset and someone needs to just check them on it. So
Like, one of my favorite things
this
to do
video, bro, Driton, legit, bro.
is watch Tekken 8 content creator agony. Back when Tekken Tag 2 came out, I realized that I can't leave my entire stream and entire life in the hands of developers.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up and sit the head down! And don't ask me for shit, okay?
So that's when I started just playing games that are old as fuck. So what if you have kids and a family and you're a Tekken streamer and then Tekken 8 comes out and it sucks? Then what? You're gonna look at your family and you're gonna look at your family's future and then you're gonna look at the inside of Michael Murray's butthole. The main man was ranting for 25 minutes. Let me guess. He was ranting for 25 minutes and then, okay, now let's log in and play ranked. Dude, this shit is like psychopath behavior.
I think you will see people go, boycott Tekken, boycott the game, hang the developers from light posts, traitors, you know, anyone saying anything positive. Traitors, traitors! You're gonna...
Okay, the main man now is playing Street Fighter 6.
I've seen these people
1,800
already.
viewers.
If you want to talk about psychopaths. But I believe many of those who are the most vigilant, they're gonna keep playing the game. So I mean, I'm a psychopath for doing a very composed criticism of a game I care a lot about and then playing it because I still enjoy it.
You don't spend hours complaining and then, like, this is shit. It tastes like shit.
Oh, and also
it's got corn kernels in it.
The character development of TMM, I don't get it, bro.
Yeah, he's really looking into Michael's asshole. Like, it is what it is.
Bro, I remember back in the days, Tekken Tag 2, bro. He was
based.
unknown. He was so base. His analytical videos were so good, and you know.
That's why we
side
liked
and dash
him.
block. Yes, and then, bro, all of a sudden, I don't know, just like Elon Musk with Twitter. And anyway,
Bro, he's sold out, man. It is what it is.
It's got undigested lima beans in it, and I fucking hate it. Now, I'm gonna put it in my mouth. Thank you. That's not human behavior, dude.
What I think of Season 2? I mean, so far, pretty cool. I'm not gonna sit here and defend this game. Like, I think this game is 5 times better than Tekken 7.
But that's my opinion.
And there is problems with the system mechanics. It's not heat that's the problem.
Bro, here, that was 7 days before this clip here. In 7 days, he changed his opinion about the entire system, heat, whereas everyone that said heat is the problem, he attacked those people. How can we not attack him back then?
EM said that heat isn't the problem. Heat is 100% the biggest problem in this game. If you remove heat right now, you legit have a better game. 5 times better than Tekken 7. 100%. I don't know what's psycho about that. Arston just tweeted saying, I'm getting kinda depressed with Tekken 8. It sounds like he's getting a burnout on the game. Maybe take a break, you know. Take a break, come back to it and see if you feel better after some time. The thing is, if you feel like Tekken 8, it just doesn't seem to be for you, just flush the game. If you want to talk about psychopaths, I can just say in general that this is a pretty goddamn balanced game. So I think they've done a good job, and they also very quickly removed, you know,
Now imagine there is like 6,000 plus players on the boycott list. This guy has called 6,000 plus people hive mind and idiots, bro. Like, literally. And he is so arrogant, he wouldn't even apologize at all, you know? Any normal person would say, you know what, I was wrong, I apologize. But he can't do that because of his ego.
Yeah, but none of them can do. That's why we're tagging them. I were tagging them in my post just to see if they would be now, show any accountability, authority, responsibility, whatever. Nothing. Just deflection, going ad hominem, nothing else.
Zero
Completely.
accountability, just like, scream, everyone else is an asshole, my fucking opinion is the holy grail. And whatever you guys say, if I'm not on it yet, then you are just bad people and idiots. And if I don't reaffirm what you say, I will attack you. Like, and then he is acting surprised because people like me are calling him out now.
Yeah, and accusing, for example, also false accusations always. Like, you have no other life than Tekken, you're so emotional, find peace, stop the hatred,
accusation,
blah, blah.
confession.
Bro, completely, it's very disturbing. I don't know why. Why they're doing this.
Giant Swing and Shining Wizard will be homing now.
Yeah, this is penis cancer. Homing throws and super busted heat stuff being removed. So I think they've taken it very seriously. If you remove heat right now, you legit have a better game. Like the DLC characters are just works of art.
Bro, DLC characters are works of art, bro. Eddie, free. They made a bot that gets with free wall carry, combo, wall travel, fucking wall combo, sets up the 50-50 hell sweep there, and that wall splats also, and then he does the combo there again. Like, and then he wants to tell me this is work of art, and then I look at Heihachi, I don't even know what the fuck they did with that fucking dude, bro. And
Super
I'm a
Saiyan,
Mishima player.
Super Saiyan.
Works of art.
This bot legit has made
Okay, but people losing to Eddie bot was 100% a skill issue. Oh, brother, are you really for real though? Okay, let me go into this properly. The thing about this is the game design. They have designed a character where you press the free button and it does the combo starter, it does the wall travel, it sets up the 50-50, it does the hell sweep. Like, do you not see that? Or do you not... Is that a bait? Or maybe he didn't see it, really. Maybe he didn't see it.
You know what the problem is, I believe, also? Because now with Tekken 8, there are many new players, right? And not only because the game is maybe more accessible and easier to start with and get instant positive feedbacks of, I'm getting better, whatever. But also because the hype that Tekken 7 generated with their marketing and tournaments and everything, right? So we have many new players. And the problem is now that everyone is... It's not the problem, but in the end, it's still... Yes, it's the problem. Everyone is stating their opinion, and that's deflecting the opinions of people who are really knowledgeable here. So obviously, people who have only experience with Tekken 8, they are already tolerating many things that we are already seeing as complete utter bullshit. So because we know how it was, and that's why we also... That's why you always have a critique in every single Tekken. It's a common argument of people who are saying, you're just whining and always complaining. Everyone just complained about every single Tekken. Yeah. But the problem is we knew how it was back in the day, and we don't want it to become worse. And that's why also...
just because people are complaining, that doesn't mean that things are not going into the wrong direction continuously.
Yes, and one thing is also, maybe you have seen it yourself, but one common argument is they were using a statement of JDCR when Tekken 6 was released. And there was a quotation where JDCR said, this game is made for beginners. It's easier for beginners to win now, right? And... First of all, he retracted that statement after playing a few months afterwards. He was saying that as well. But second of all, even if that would be the case, it's still nothing that we should dismiss then. Because we know, he's a knowledgeable person. He's a pro player from Tekken 5 days, and now he is saying that beginners are winning, or beating better players. And why should we dismiss this, right? So because he didn't want Tekken to become worse, and that's why we are also saying, bro, Tekken 8 is shit. That doesn't mean that Tekken 7 was perfect.
Yeah.
We also said Tekken 7 was shit.
Yeah.
Season 4 and Season 3.
Yeah.
That doesn't dismiss anything what we said.
Yeah.
We just want to have the most perfect version of Tekken, and
that's why
be
I
it.
enjoy going back to Tekken 7, because I tasted like literal horse shit in my face, that now when I go back to Tekken 7, this feels like amazing, you know, because you appreciate how much better it is.
Yes, and now imagine going for the veterans who also are experienced with Tekken 5 and Tekken 6, how they are feeling when they play Tekken 6 now and Tekken 5. Although they knew that, even in Tekken 6, Bob was dumb or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So this is the whole problem with communication, with stating an opinion and deflecting, dismissing, and that's why I think the most or the best way for us to deal, if we want to have a change, is to use the last possibilities that might be open. They might be already closed, but maybe not. So if they really want to listen to us, then I think a video would be really helpful.
We're gonna do
and
that.
Nothing else anymore.
Yeah.
But also, like, I don't understand how people are able to think, okay, I fucking hate Tekken 8, and I can even agree with the objective criticism that is out there, but I still play it daily. So I want Tekken to be changed, and I believe in the notion that the developers are listening to the community, and then I play it daily. So what's the problem here? It's the outcome. How are you expecting a different outcome when the viewer numbers are still great, when people are still playing daily, when everything is good for a developer? Even if you disagree and you're stating publicly, this game is trash and everything, they don't care about your opinion as long as you're still playing. So that's why I think calling a boycott or just refraining from playing, calling that whatever, cringe or naive or whatever, I think this is just,
Why
I
do
don't
you
know,
think they
illogical.
call it cringe? Why do you think they call it cringe? Let's go to the next level.
Yeah, I believe because they obviously don't want this thing to be happened, and they're just gaslighting. They're completely gaslighting, then calling it cringe, and adult people
What
are
do they get
acting
out
this
of
way.
it? What do they get out of it if they make this like not so severe? Even
They stop
if it goes. No, not only that. These people, they have some financial gain out of this situation here. And if this boycott is going through, they are scared. So, what they want to do is now lie and just attack it in order to defend it, even though they do not realize, albeit it might be negative for you few guys, the 1% of the FGC in the first place, it will be beneficial eventually for 99% of the player base which just want to play a good game. And therefore we cannot take into consideration, but you make money and this guy is a commentator, that guy has a Twitch and and you are fucking their bread and whatnot. Dude, I am also a Twitch streamer, but some things in life are more important than money, bro. When we they just need to understand, even if it is meaning so much to them and they do want to be in denial, you cannot put your own gain over the entirety of the people. You are just one person. If it wasn't for the people in the first place, you wouldn't even be there. So how about we just step back, fix this game, inshallah, because there is no other way than to boycott, as Jeriton already said. when they do see the numbers, the statistics, they don't care about your voice.
Yeah.
But if you hit them monetarily, that's when they have to listen. And the same goes for the shills. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, and even if people, try to gaslight me, then, they're saying, yeah, you have no other thing than tech in your life. Well, this utter bullshit. But then you can see how disingenuous they are, what their real intention is, if they stick to tactics and arguments like that. And yeah, that's why I'm not interested in community. I'm not interested in who is saying what, because it's obvious now that we had plenty of time to analyze and to see, okay, can we come to a very honest ground? It doesn't work. It wasn't possible. And that's why I don't care about that. What I care about is, okay, can we change the game? How can we change it? If we can't, GG's. If we can, how can we do it? They're saying that they're listening to us and everything, but we should not play the game. We should not, give them credits or whatever. And we should explain in detail, even for, I don't know, for others maybe, who, they want to play Tekken 9, if there is anything like Tekken 9, Tekken 10, whatever, right? Even them players will be maybe grateful for a video like that, which I have envisioned, because they can because this is what we like about Tekken, and people are saying, yeah, but the way they know how Tekken is fun for them, and we know Tekken other. But the problem is here, the competitive claim. If it should be a competitive game, then this game in the current state and even in season 1 state is not.
It's not.
It's trash.
They called me crazy when I said this game makes no sense for tournaments. Really, I said, what tournaments? I don't care. Like, this game is so dumb. Who cares, bro? Like,
yeah, they're saying, it's more hype and everything. I mean, there's some hype things, but because still what we see is 2 characters doing some kind of martial art, and we say, yeah, this is Tekken, okay, this is kind of cool, and we have some clutch situations, this is cool. But bro, from the beginning to the end, it's fucking awful. It's always the same. You can how many streams of you have I watched this randomly, because I'm not even on Twitch as often, and then when I watch you were commentating some gameplay, and you were just calling out every single second what is happening. He will do a heat burst now. He will do a dick jab afterwards. Then he will do a heat smash on block. He will do now a low or a mid. Bro, it's always the same. Always the same. not only for the players, but also for the viewers. But
the commentator
players.
knows what's gonna happen before the player does it.
Yes, and not only in certain aspects, like they say, oh, commentators curse and that happened. Oh yeah, he got launched now and then he lost the blah blah blah. No, we can just dictate, like we can say, yeah, I'm playing now, and then it's the same.
Bro, now check this out. Before in Tekken commentary, there was moments when you wanted to explain about gameplay or mind game, take one situation and then for 1 minute really explain only that situation because it was so deep. Now when you want to explain the mind game, you say, oh, now he's in the mix. Is he gonna go mid or low?
Yes. Great interaction. Much better interaction than Tekken 7 and whatever. Yeah, perfect interaction, bro. Yeah, and this is the thing. Why are we able to foresee and anticipate every single thing, even with high level players? Because high level players should be unpredictable. They should show us why they are high level, right? They are showing some bait and we learn from it. We say, whoa, that was a sick bait. He did whatever. He used to condition the player with 1 single jabs and 2 dash ins, and then in the perfect scenario, he just does 1 dash in, 1 back dash with punish, boom, oh, perfect, and then we're able to observe and learn.
Yeah.
But how are we and why are we able to foresee it in Tekken 8? Because the the opponent that is blocking all these things, he has no other option. Even the opponent knows what is happening, what will happen. Just as you are dictating, the opponent also knows that, yeah, he will do a heat smash now or heat dish and power crush, heat engage or whatever. But he has no other option. He has to block. He has to eat the electrics of Kuma. He has to eat the everything, you know? And this is the problem. It's already telling. It's already telling that the players have no options, and even if they would have options, it's completely brain dead. How can you even put a video, bro? It's 40 minutes. PhiDX video, 40 minutes long. How can you?
Oh yeah, we were on the PhiDX joint. Okay, let's just finish this and then we go to that vid.
Yeah.
To Destroyer by mashing one button over and over and over. I see why you don't like Eddie. No, I liked Eddie in Tekken 7. I did. I don't like Tekken 8 Eddie though. I think his animations are poorly designed. It's works of art. That low, apparently wall splats. Absolutely. My goodness, Mayman, that hatchet is done now. Stop defending. But what's so game-breakingly broken? That it wall splats on counter hit here. That's just what I think. I don't think you're gonna see Brian's going to crouch and try and get a 50-50 mix-up one. Oh, Brian to me is season 2 in one character. They remove one bullshit thing and they replace it with another bullshit thing. They removed the god neutral, but in turn, he gets a super dumb busted 50-50 garbage mix-up from crouch. Absolutely. If that doesn't symbolize season 2, I don't know what does. He is season 2 in one character, in my opinion.
They removed the
I know what you're going to say. You're in heat, just block a low and launch them. But one, why would you block when you're in heat? Why would you block? You'll be doing this, right? Why would you block when you're in heat? I don't know what's psycho about that.
So ein Spasti, Alter, wirklich.
Plays being made on their keep out with sidesteps, with hard ducks. They're playing neutral pokes, yes, and they're playing in and out, yes, and you do see sidesteps, but the sidesteps are not plays made on neutral timings. Their attempts, I'm going to speed this up again a bit because this is a bit choppy. Their attempts made on safe timings. Tekken 7's sidestep was so inconsistent. Tekken 7's sidestep was so inconsistent that the only time you could do it reliably was on hit or on block. Right? So you would do a poke and then put in your sidestep. In this case, he does a homing move, knee, to try and stop a sidestep.
Tekken 8 is better.
But they're trying to clip each other in neutral in the open. Knee does a back Kenpo and blocks the running 2, breaks the throw. Backdash, and that's the thing. The default option most of the time is put out a poke and disengage. 1-2 whiff punish, 1-2 sidestep and back off. Down 4, nice poke to catch him. Down forward 3. JDCR mid pokes again. Down forward 1, keep out, success. Small mix up. These sidestep rights are all on block and hit timings, right? You're not seeing them sidestep like that when they're in the range of actual threats, right? I'm going to go and cover that moment again because that was cool. But if you see JDCR sidestepping, he's not in the threat of, he's not in attack threat. There's no threat, like here, this sidestep right.
Yeah,
what is Fang going to hit you with here when you sidestep right?
A 4-4-2 of Reina, Kazuya, whoever the shit in Tekken 8, it works always 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Why didn't he ever make a video like that about Tekken 8? He said like, you know what he did, bro? You know how evil this is, bro? That he made a video. He said, send me your clips why your sidestep didn't work and I will analyze it.
Oh, I remember, bro.
And bro, he only took the like obvious ones where they made a mistake, and the ones where he couldn't like answer, he really didn't like even put it in the video. And there was like people getting hit 360 in the asshole, and he said, yeah, but they attacked first. They did extend their hurt box. And I'm like, dude, this only happened occasionally in Tekken 7, and if it would have happened happened, people posted it on Twitter because it was so wild. Now, I don't know, I can see 3-hour compilation of this situation.
But you know what is even the goal? Because he is here saying you could just
He's running cover
his
for
message.
Banco.
Yeah, his message here like is saying, okay, you could just sidestep after hit or on block, but never like in neutral when you were in that active threat range, right?
Yeah.
And now you will send him a video of this active threat range where you try to walk or step in both directions. You will send him 4 videos, send him 6 with different timings as well, yeah? And you will always get clipped by a safe long range mid launcher, heat engager, heat dash, whatever, mid from like 442 of whoever, yeah? Reina, Jin, Kazuya, yeah. And what will his diagnosis will be? Yeah, you did it too early. Yeah, you did it too late. Duh. Really? Like, okay, what were you expecting in Tekken 7, in Tekken Tag 2, in Tekken 6? When your timing is trash, you should get clipped. But you shouldn't get clipped when there's no timing or no window at all, or just a slight window, or only from very close range. You see? Because there's no meaning to what he was trying to do with all these clips. What was his result then?
Yeah.
You know, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Nothing. This is a positional sidestep, trying to get away from the wall. This is not an attempt to make a play on Knee's offense. Okay. Before we go, to give credit where it's due, we should look at that whiff punish situation. Right? Back 4, dash up, whiff poke. So how does JDCR find this whiff punish? Because that's one thing I do want to cover. I think that was a really, really cool whiff punish, and kind of a flash or an echo of like what makes Tekken so cool. All right, down forward 1, Knee does sidestep down 4. They sidestep together, jab is put out, down forward 4, and then this. How did this happen, right? Down forward 4 hits. Now, JDCR had been playing a lot of running 2. JDCR had been playing a lot of sidesteps in the open, but for whatever reason, Knee thinks this back 4 is going to hit. JDCR does a predictive QCF1. You cannot react reasonably, I don't think, to a Fang back 4 and find a whiff punish. JDCR just does a micro backdash just to get out of the way and already rips the QCF1. So this was a hard read, more honestly in line with the old school Tekken stuff. A small backdash.
Oh, really?
So that was a really, really cool moment, and I think that was really sick.
Didn't know this.
But the overall amount of gameplay happening is less. And when I say gameplay,
this is
it's
Tekken
making
8
those
now.
plays off.
This is Tekken 8. This is Tekken 8.
This is Tekken 8.
From
But
this
do you
moment,
think
please
this-
comment it.
Do you think that let's be honest, bro, like this is only my opinion though, like something like a rage drive, if it's not so OP like in Tekken 8, we Tekken like strength wise Tekken 7, then it makes it interesting, I can't lie, because you have this resource at the very end of the round, and when you use it you're not really plus most of the time, and you have no rage.
Yeah, I'm fine with it as long as there's a reasonable risk reward
Yeah,
property. Yeah, why not?
that makes sense.
It's a new feature. It's flashy. It could be some kind of comic potential, but
Or would we have had that, bro, just instead of Heat, bro? Fuck, man. They fucked Tekken, man.
yeah, I get it. And also, like for example, rage arts. I disliked rage arts when I first had to play against it because people didn't have that, bro. When you were downloading your opponent, and you were just completely chopping him down with every single read with punish, perfect, keep out.
That's
you know?
so dumb, yeah, I know. You're right.
And then they made the rage art, but that rage art made so much damage, and that wasn't a reasonable risk reward in my opinion. Because obviously the risk is high, but the reward was even higher in my opinion. Because we had to do like maybe 3, 4, 5 different reads, right?
Yeah.
And they just press a button, and it absorbs our hit, and then we're dead. This is, I get the tool as a comeback tool, and it could be flashy, but it's always a misleading proportion of risk reward always, and I don't understand why aren't they able to tell. So either they really have the overall goal, futuristic goal of doing this as easy as possible and Smash and Fortnite style and Super Mario Brothers, whatever, or they aren't able to tell how to develop the game.
Bro,
It's
if they want to
either
make it
one of them.
flashy and interesting to watch, instead of wasting everyone's time, while first of all, you can't engage, they say you can't engage, yeah, because you give rage art and it has like power crush property you can't like go through. And then you take like a 10 or how long is a rage art every round? 10 or 15 seconds? 10 seconds minimum, I would say, no? Then you have like all these fucking cutscenes, yeah? Plus heat bursts and all the shit, that's too much. If you want to have a cutscene to make it look like anime and shit, why don't you do it like MK at the end of the round? You can do one combination, but at the end of the game completely. The game is over and then the winner can do one combination and then he does something to the opponent. That's cool.
Yeah.
And you have saved so much time and you gave incentive to keep attacking in the neutral because you want that apparently, no?
Yeah, fatality, right. Second healthy. Yeah, I agree. And, you know, I don't know if they aren't able to grasp that these different skill areas of keep out, rushdown, whiff punish are not in balance. And with imbalance, I don't mean that they are equal to each other. Because one area is still harder to acquire than the other, and also to pull off every single bubble. The balance should be very detailed, and as long as they aren't able to understand that this system is what made Tekken, first of all, competitive, and second of all, fun, because you were rewarded for acquiring that skill. Now, the people who are new to Tekken 8, they feel like, oh, Tekken 8 is a good game, because, of course, they have these initial advances. They have these initial steps where they progress, right? When they say, oh yeah, now I can do a combo. Now I can, I don't know, my heat smash and then do the run up and whatever. Now I can do my heat engage. I know when to time them and so on and so forth, right? And they will see, yeah, this is a good game because I'm getting better and I'm seeing it in my gameplay. I'm getting rewarded for it. But the problem is, as soon as they reach a certain level, they will fucking hate the game. And I've seen it plenty of time. I've told new players, bro, this game is trash, but you won't understand it now. Play it, you will reach a certain level, and then you will fucking hate this game. And it happened because when you reach that level, you won't get rewarded anymore because there's nothing to reward. You only have guessings and who's the most aggressive, who has the better aggression in that second, who landed the first heat engage or whatever, and then it's GG's. Chip damage and all these dumb tactics. So, yeah, when people are new to Tekken 8, they will try to attack us, our criticism. And then there are genuine guys who will say, yeah, I get your point now. And disingenuous guys, and they will go more to PhiDX and speed kicks and so on.
The sidesteps and the keep outs and the defensive options. Instead, both players are preferring to backdash and disengage most of the time.
Bro, he just fucking...
Let's pause. That was a lot. I want to look at those clips in full speed again, and now that you've looked at it in detail, see if you can notice the difference, okay? See if this is as clear to you as I claim to be.
He's educating the people towards this Hasbara talk so they can enforce their opinion on Twitter and stuff, and they see more. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
As clear as I claim it to be for me. All right, Armor King, Tekken 6. So they backdash, and that looks similar to Tekken 7. But now they're brawling up close, playing hard ducks to dodge the highs. That's a key difference, I think, right away.
Yeah, he's creating
also seeing sidesteps as they dash up.
Wait. Bro, this is so dumb. It's so dumb.
Shall I go back?
I was being sarcastic, but yeah, you can go just 5 seconds back. Just one button.
7.
Like he was saying,
But now
in
they're
Tekken
brawling
7,
up close, playing hard ducks.
JDCR was always disengaging. As soon as Ni came in with the poke, like dash in into down for one of Fang,
Yeah.
either hit or on block,
Yeah.
JDCR was always disengaging. That was the problem of Tekken 7. He was always backdashing and sidestepping, not engaging in interaction and active threat range and whatever vocabulary you would like to use. Yeah?
Active threat range.
And then you have here, bro, no, JDCR is the left one, if you don't know, guys. Just play it. What is JDCR doing when Ni is coming to poke? Let's see.
To dodge the highs. That's a key difference, I think, right away. But you're also seeing sidesteps as they dash.
7 backdashes, one
No,
sidestep.
one more.
brother.
As
Completely, one more.
I claim to be. Yeah, as clear as I claim it to be for me.
He
Alright,
just picks and chooses what he wants to talk about, bro. Even
Yes,
though the
it's-
same thing is on screen, you dickhead,
Bro,
man.
I would even argue that he did 2 backdashes more here than in Tekken 7 with Dragunov
Bro,
versus Fang.
this is so wild. Bro, he's creating all these Twitter people that we talk about, and they have these like talking points, even though they don't know what they are talking about.
And how
They
many
are
followers does he have?
creating them, bro.
13,000 followers, speed kicks, whatever, 30,000. I don't even know.
Bro,
And this is the problem here. The main
90,000,
man.
bro, 1,500 comments. Do you
Yeah,
get it?
on YouTube even, bro. Yeah. Make it make sense. Let's see what he's saying now.
Armor King, Tekken 6. So they backdash, and that looks similar to Tekken 7. But now they're brawling up close, playing hard ducks to dodge the highs.
I wonder why it looks similar.
That's a key difference, I think,
1,
right
2,
away.
3,
But you're
4,
also
5,
seeing
6,
sidesteps
7.
as they dash up.
1, 2,
Wave
3.
dashes to
wave
realign.
dash character. Wave
Sidestep
dash
ducks.
to realign. Yeah, wow. Do a wave
Right?
dash with Dragunov. Please
Do
do
wave
it.
Disengaging
dash
again a
with
bit, and then
Fang,
coming into brawl
Amenakoi.
again.
Junge, das ist
Dieser
unglaublich.
Wichser.
Nice, running up low, catching him ducking with the homing move. Knees running up and sidestepping to the right. Brian's a defensive character, but he's not backdashing. He's forward dashing and playing movement instead of hitboxes. Big whiff, no punish. 1, 2, down 3, magic 4. Ugh. Okay, no combo. Sidestep jet upper. Look at that. Did it not feel faster and a bit more action-packed? Let's look at this JDCR versus knee clip again. After the first
dieser
time.
Hund, Alter, wirklich.
Egal.
Ist krass, ne? Kannst du verstehen,
ist
warum ich
unglaublich.
den so hasse?
Ja, natürlich.
Er macht das ja alles mit Absicht, weißt du? Der ist ja kein dummer Junge. Der ist aber ein Trottel trotzdem.
Ja, vielleicht.
And compare, okay? Sorry, I want to do this at full speed. I apologize. I killed my own momentum. Okay, full speed. Look at this clip. From Ready Fight.
Let's see.
3 backdashes, full disengage. Some jabs, run up, down, forward 1. So knee is running up again,
Just over
right?
there.
1, 2,
Bro,
keep out.
Hey, you
Full
do 3
disengage,
backdashes.
full screen gameplay.
Full
Small punish here.
disengage. In Tekken 6, he does 7 backdashes, no disengagement at all.
Ja.
Bro, what is this?
Run
People
up,
should
jab.
clip this and
So
say,
knee
what
has
are you
always loved
talking
playing
about?
run up.
Maybe we should make a clip against him next. I did one against the Mayman, I can make it against him also.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of content here
There's
already.
plenty
right?
of content
But
here.
where are the sidesteps? Where are the ducks? JDCR is only sidestepping when he's so far out of range that he just wants to change his position. But it's just forward and back gameplay. There's none of the hard ducks, none of the sidesteps. Yes, it's the keep out jabs, it's the small pokes. But can you
Labert der für eine Scheiße, der Spasti, oder?
Bro, no sidestep. You see, like, even just go 5 seconds prior. JDCR is doing maybe 2 sidesteps, but he's doing the same sidesteps as in Tekken 6. He does
Change
like
that, he just
4
wants to change his
backdashes,
position.
1 sidestep.
But it's
2
just forward and
backdashes,
back
Oh,
one
one
there
sidestep.
was not sidestep.
there's none of the hard ducks, none of the sidesteps.
Again, no
Yes, it's the
sidestep.
keep out jabs.
And
it's the
now go
small
back
pokes.
to Tekken
But
6, please. Just go back to Tekken 6 where JDCR is doing the
disengaging again a bit and then coming into
Uh,
ball
one,
again.
just 5 seconds prior.
Clear as I claim it
Yeah.
to be for me.
Look
Right.
now.
Armor King, Tekken 6. So they backdash, and that looks similar
Lateral
to
movement.
Tekken 7.
No sidestep.
but
no
now they're
sidestep
brawling up
still.
close, playing hard ducks
And
to
now-
dodge the hot.
There's less sidestepping here at the moment.
Less even.
Eyes.
Continue.
That's a key difference, I think, right away.
One
But you're
sidestep,
also seeing
3 backdash. One
sidesteps as they
sidestep, 3
dash
back.
up.
Bro, It's the
Wave dashes
fucking
to
same
realign.
thing, even less.
Sidestep ducks.
And on top of that, it's a wave dash character that is automatically going more in and out and moving more because they just do it.
Right?
Yeah.
Ducks. JDCR is only sidestepping when he's so far out of range that he just wants to change his position. But it's just forward and back gameplay. There's none of the hard ducks, none of the sidesteps. Yes, it's the keep out jabs, it's the small pokes, but can you sense that missing
and I
dimension?
swear, bro, they even picked the worst matchup to convey their false narrative because the claim also narrative is they only backdashed active threat range disengagement and then they say Magic 4 was so strong, keepouts were so strong, but bro, I wasn't scared of any of Dragunov keepouts. He doesn't have a 11 frame Magic 4. The same goes for Fang. He has forward 4, which is a smaller one, but it's a good keepout because normal hit launcher even, right?
Yeah.
Or was it countered? I don't even know.
I think normal.
Yeah, and still, these are the worst characters to claim the keep out was so overpowered. And I agree, keep out was overpowered. You had to nerf it differently, not how they did it in Tekken 8. But here you can see they can't even convey this narrative. They can't even argue it because especially those two characters weren't the keep out characters. That it wasn't like Law, Magic 4 or whatever, right? And yeah, this is just comedy, bro. He's criticizing the Tekken 7 gameplay, that it was very lateral and no sidestep. That was his words, no sidestep. And then he is praising the Tekken 6 gameplay, which had even less sidesteps in the same sequence of 10 seconds, 10, 15 seconds.
And then we draw the circle completely and listen to the forward.
Yes.
This video is not a defense of Tekken 8's systems, design, mechanics, or development.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Bro, these guys are playing Monopoly, bro, while we are playing chess, man. What?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. That's why it's. I don't want even them to give us credits for anything or criticize us. Like, do whatever you like. I just care. Okay, I would like to have a game which is competitive and fun, and which fulfills these requirements. And in Tekken, you have to keep in mind the system of this triangularity, rush down, keep out, whiff punish, and you have to balance them each. And only this way you will reach that goal. And if they don't want to do that, then we know, okay, they don't want to do it. And we should then completely give up on this whole thing. We should try to, get all the Tekken versions and play them, or just completely drop. Like, I'm not playing at all, bro. In 1.5 years, I'm not playing shit. Like, I don't know, do I have 300 hours, 250 even with Tekken 8? And I used to play a lot,
I think something happened with the main man. Let's see what Abud is saying. Abud, what's going on with TMM? What do you mean? It appears that this is connected to this. Me and Buddy watched this when it dropped. Unbelievable how ignorant Phi sounds when you have even a little understanding of Tekken. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But they keep gaslighting us. And when they get attacks, then there will be a few crazy people on Twitter that call him the F word, or like say something bad towards him, and then he singles out that comment to put himself into the victimhood like situation, so he can deflect everything else. Like, it's just pathetic. I can't take him serious.
Bro, like, if I knew that PhiDX would be a player who would have, I don't know, not as much experience as other old school players and everything, then I could defend him by saying, okay, he played Noctis, and Noctis, you really had a character which was, one fits all. You had 4-4-1 plus 2. You had also this keep out gameplay with up forward 1, and he used that as well, and he was that as well. And then I could defend him. But bro, he's not an idiot, and he's also a competitive player, like, you know, from back in the days, and even now he's trying to play. And that's why this whole thing, bro, this video, I've never watched this video of him. You were showing me this, and it's completely laughable, you know, respectfully, but this can't be serious. Either it's a certain agenda, or it's not. It's just you know, low IQ, but it's not low IQ. He isn't dumb. He isn't dumb. You have to really believe in this shit, but he's too intelligent for that. Or you follow a certain agenda. And I think this is the case here.
There's
So
no
that's
other
why.
possibility. There's no other possibility. Just like from an intelligence standpoint, SpeedKicks is not a dumb person. PhiDX is not a dumb person. If they go with this narrative, which is not argumentatively backed and is gaslighting, then they are having an agenda. And if they say they don't have an agenda, then they would imply that they are stupid. So they can choose what they want.
And I don't even believe, to be honest, that there are really dumb people, like as dumb as not to follow our line of arguments. I think you are either inexperienced or disingenuous.
Yeah.
So this is the thing here.
Yeah. If anything that we have said is wrong, bring the counter argument. There is none.
Yes, we're here to engage. Maybe we will learn something.
It's not like someone says like, oh yeah, you make videos or talk about people and then you don't talk with them. Bro, I had him here 30 minutes. I talked with him. Now what? Did he convince us with a single talking point? No. Did he bring me a single argument? No. Did he KBD out of every question? Yes. So what am I supposed to do?
He just said, who would you like to listen to? Because it's very subjective to the people who liked Magic 4, or them who dislike it, and examples like that.
Yeah.
But this is not how you can give value or any weight in your arguments. This is just nothing. This is just if you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. It's just nothing, right? So anything that we get, okay, we try to deal with it.
No.
But yeah, bro, I will head out now.
All right.
But I will keep watching because I have to another room. That's why.
All right. GG's. That was fun.
GG's. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.